I decided to get Woody after I graduated from college, and I always wanted a Pomeranian.
And when I met Katie, Woody was still a puppy. I had an affinity for Pomeranians. So it was one of the things that's told me, well, this is the perfect person for me. Look, she has Pomeranians.
Well, Carlos and I decided to get another dog because Woody had major separation anxiety. When we would leave, he would bark and get very stressed out. So we thought that if we got another dog, that would help Woody with his separation anxiety.
2 years ago, we brought Wally home, and as soon as he walked in the door, he was the king of the roost.
Wally just immediately took on Woody's negative behaviors, and then Woody's got worse and Wally's got worse, so it was this cycle of madness. We would like some help as to how to solve the separation problem.
Okay. I got it. Oh! Look! You see, look, there it is, the separation anxiety, you see?
It is hard to leave them because they flip out when we leave. Wally turns into a whirling dervish. He just runs around in circles, throws himself at the window, at the wall. I mean, he goes ballistic.
Driving in the car with the two of them is embarrassing.
Unless we're just driving. If we're just driving and everyone's in the car and calm, they're fine. But as soon as, if Carlos and I are in the car together and one of us gets out of the car, they go ballistic.
Now that we have a new baby, we're very concerned that the barking is going to make it impossible for us to put him to sleep, because the barking, not only in and out, but when somebody walks by, it's nonstop.
This barking has been going on for over 5 years, and it's incessant daily barking. It was bothersome before, and now I find it completely intolerable. My nerves are raw because I'm tired, and you know, we're worn out from caring for a newborn, and then the dog's barking on top of that, and with the babies crying and the dogs are barking, it's just a whole nother level of stress that I can't handle at this point.
When Cesar comes, I hope that he can help us create calm, submissive dogs.
Dog behavior expert Cesar Millan and his trusty sidekick, Daddy, arrive in Ohio to restore some peace and quiet to the Warners' lives.
He's now become the calmer, and he is nuts,
Right.
Wally.
So you're saying that he is worse than him?
He is worse, yes, much.
Yeah. Who starts the whole barking?
Yeah, Wally
does.
starts it.
How many dogs you had before?
Well, we are cat people.
People?
Cat people.
No wonder you know
first.
how to pet like a
That's
cat.
right. That's right.
Yeah, that's very typical with the cat
that's
people.
right.
They just do the whole stroke like that. So pretty much no knowledge, right?
Yes.
About
Not
discipline?
Right.
before we started watching the show.
Oh, you have?
Huge fans of the shows. Well, it really has changed a lot of our behaviors. For example, our walking was a nightmare before we watched the show. Now when we walk, they walk pretty much in line.
So a lot of their bad behaviors have gotten better, but the barking, we just can't seem to stop the barking.
Oh, okay, all right. So you just need to learn how to discipline the dog while it's barking, before he barks,
Right.
Yeah, I think I become indifferent. I just will kind of allow them to bark without reacting to
Whereas
it. She gets angry.
I get very frustrated and nervous and anxious. The more they bark, the more it grates on my nerves. So I'm sure that energy, and then the more I feel that way, the more they bark.
So one gives up, and the other one is just frustrated, angry,
Right,
anxious,
and
they're
I'm
all...
like, no, and
Both
yelling.
of them are bad energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's why it's not going to work. See, if your goal is to create balance, you can't give up until you accomplish. Simple as that.
After observing Katie's nervous energy at the door, Cesar decides to let Daddy and Coco from his pack act as calm, assertive role models.
Come on, Daddy. So in this case, I brought Daddy not to help the dogs. It's more to show Katie and Carlos how a dog will control situation when he's in front of unstable dogs. What is the energy? how he's gonna deal with the behavior, how he's gonna claim that little space, even though he's being bothered by this energy. But
Look how cute Daddy is.
he's controlling the situation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not, I mean, everybody says, you know, pit bulls will kill your little dog, but right now it's a Pomeranian misbehaving
Yeah.
and trying to act a little tough about it. But see, when a dog is balanced, they know how to control situation without aggression.
Right.
So it's not the breed, it's who's behind the dog.
Right.
So because Daddy then give any negative energy back to Woody, and then Woody is now becoming, say, more submissive. So now he is going to, oh, let me smell you then.
Right.
Right. That's what social dogs do. That's what not balanced dogs do. They don't go into.
Right.
They're going to. What's your name?
All right.
So we stop the loud one. We put a leash on it, and it's not that you're using a lot of, you know, physical power.
Right. So if we walk in and they're jumping up on us, we just go toward them and correct their behavior?
Well,
and
you
then...
move towards them until they move, then you walk away. That means you corrected the behavior right there.
Okay.
But you gotta ask for your space.
Okay.
You gotta move as you want that space. That's the communication.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Right there. There we go. Look. Instead of him running away, he have to surrender, right?
Right.
There, this is good. Very good. Typical stuff. The pinion part, the frantic behavior he just did right there, well, he would have used it by running away from situations.
Sure.
Right.
But because we didn't let him run away from situations, that sound is very typical.
Okay.
Right? So we're saying don't run away from situations, surrender to situations.
Right.
That makes you a social dog.
And
There you
he'll
go.
run away from us. So
Yeah.
should we keep him on a leash or chase him or just leave him
Well,
alone?
yeah, don't chase him, just go to where he is. Like he's not ready to be let go.
Yeah, right.
The more they wiggle,
They're not.
he's not surrendered. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, don't chase them. Just go to where they are, bring him back, and bring him back to the area where they misbehaved so they can put the two and two together. The reason why I'm being in this position is for what I did here. But you only have like 10 seconds to do it.
Okay.
Now, you can practice this if you don't have control or you don't trust the rest of the dogs around, because if you do this around other dogs that you have no control, he can get attacked. What I'm looking for him, there you go. To stay in that position.
Wow.
That means he surrendered. So the exercise become a healthy exercise. Then he gets up. See how he walks?
Yes.
Next, Cesar puts Carlos in the role of pack leader.
This is a teamwork, so you
Okay,
can
so
also help, right? Now, let me just explain something, all right? Because when you walk, I want you to see. Stay over here.
Yeah.
Yes. Even if they bark, just walk as it's gonna happen. You walk. Otherwise, see, look at the shoulders, right?
Yeah.
So this is a conversation. Even though he's a tall guy, he looks small.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt it right away. I did. Even small things when he's talking about my shoulders from here to here. Just something like that, and you can feel the energy change inside of you, and it goes straight down to them.
Nice. See, we are targeting the one who creates the bad ripple effect. This is my friend here. He stops. That's the assertive side of Carlitos. Perfect.
See you later.
Bye, guys. So as you see, that's more mild than this one, but he needs his energy to keep going into that state. See, this is better.
Yeah.
So eventually what happens is that when people come to the door, instead of barking, they go and sit down and tell you people is coming in at the door. So they're communicating in a quiet way versus in a neurotic way. But you're
Right.
conditioning how to greet people. It's not that you don't want them to be by the door. You're just telling them be this way by the door.
In the span of a half hour, we went from the horrible experience of literally me walking them out and leaving madness behind to them sitting there and behaving.
Once we went into the car, I told them, look, before they go into the car, they have to be calm, submissive, so they can be invited into the car. The most important part is how you put them inside the car.
Okay.
Right? Most of the time, when they're familiar to the car, they get excited,
Yes.
and they pull humans to the
Yes.
car, and then they start crashing the car. Well, that's the wrong time to put the dogs in.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we
Right?
do that.
So dogs have to go in a calm, submissive state. This will be ideal state of mind. This is an excited state of mind.
Okay.
More relaxed.
Is this a better state? This is
Much
a better
better.
state.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
more, I'm attentive to the next exercise.
Okay.
Whatever you want goes.
Okay.
The next thing is to put them in the car.
Okay.
I will grab this part of the neck, right here,
Okay.
then bring him in. Like
Okay. And then just put them in?
This. And then I'll show you.
Okay.
Look. And place him in the car.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
That means they're being transported into a different area.
Right.
A lot of people, they just go and do,
Yeah. Or let them
Or
hop
let them
in.
chomp.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
either or are dominance or excitement. So you practice this, see? Yeah, they have to learn to practice. There you go.
I can't believe this.
Consequence. Half a second. Nice. Minimum amount of.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right there. Yeah. Boom. The reason why I did is because he. Yeah, that's a beginning.
Right. He was gonna let it go.
Yes.
See, and he-
See the conversation?
Yep. That was amazing. I have never gotten in or out of a car without them attacking me and each other and just going haywire. And it was amazing to see how differently they acted with just that amount of training.
That's perfect. It's like having two kids. You control one, and then the father controls the other one, and then it's a teamwork. That's a little too tentative.
I knew it. I think the biggest lesson I learned today was that it's the energy that I send out is what the dogs pick up on. So if I'm timid or tentative, they will take charge.
So before you get them out, again, it's the same principle. Calm submission. Again. Invite out.
Wow.
Again, more calm submission. There we go.
I can't believe these are the same dogs that were here this morning.
I feel good about this.
I feel wonderful.
I think you got it.
So
Cesar, thanks
much.
for coming. Come on.
Big teddy bear.
It's gonna take consistency on our part to follow through on these things, but I think we have the tools to do it now, and it's now up to us to be consistent and do it the right way.
Nice, Carlos. Shoulders up, Carlitos. There we go. Nice.
This is unbelievable.
The car really does work.